Howdy folks, it's Age the Hunting Gear Guy. And this is one of the three Charles Daly, whatever, 101 folding shotguns I'm going to show you today. This one's a 410. It's got a tiny little barrel there, and it's a folding shotgun. Kind of neat, and you just fold it out like that. It's a single shot, and it's got crossbolt safety right there. And is there even a red stripe on there? There's no red stripe on there. These are budget priced, value priced shotguns, and well, they're fairly inexpensive. We can see here that this is empty. These are an extractor style, so as you break them open, you can see right now it's flush, and as you move it, it extracts the shell just like that. You pick it out, you put a new one in there, and off you go. The 410 especially, this is a great little kid's gun for grouse and that kind of a thing. It does come with removable chokes, and all of these Turkish shotguns kind of use the same chokes. Well, most of them use like a a mobile choke, which is very common between them, and something you can get at stores and that kind of thing. And they fold up really nice and small. So this is the 410. This one's got a 14-inch barrel, which in Canada here is just fine. I don't know what the rules are in the States or whatnot, but I found that the spring on this one, like to release it, was just a little bit stiff. I see that spring right there. I wonder if it's replaceable. I wonder if you can replace that thing. I see a couple of pins to pull the trigger group out. I bet you I could pull that trigger group out and change that spring over. But before I do that, I'm going to show you some of the other ones. Next up is this 20 gauge. This one has a 26-inch barrel. 20-inch barrel is what you want if you want it to be like right up to the buttstock, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But this one was cheap, so this is the one I got. This one I found this release on it was much easier to use, and I think it's just the spring, isn't it? Yes, this one has a much the spring just looks like it has fewer coils than the 410, so I don't know why they went with a lighter lockup on this one, but it is quite easy to open up, and it's got no resistance right there. It kind of pops in and has a bit of a rattle with the forend here, but 26-inch barrel, quite long. Sights are, as you can see there, we just got a little bit of a gutter on the back here, and you line that up with the bead on the front, so there's no rail or anything like that to speak of. Plastic butt plate on the back here. This is starting to get uncomfortable on the 20 gauge, just because it is plastic and it is a pretty light shotgun. Same thing as before, got a crossbolt safety right there. The only thing that's really different is that this one's in 20 gauge and the barrel's quite a bit longer, so it's not quite nearly as packable. Finally, the last one I got is this 12 gauge. You can see 20-inch barrel, perfect. That's just the right amount of barrel to still fit in the same space with that butt pad there. Still a plastic butt pad. You're going to need to put a slip-on or something on this because it is so lightweight that it is going to get some speed coming back into your shoulder, and this thing's going to beat you up if you try running slugs. Or this one I believe was made for turkeys. It came with a different choke. This guy right here, external knurled bit here, so you can thread that bit in. This is a very extra full, so a very tight choke. It's meant to shoot turkeys, so it chokes that shot right down. You send a very tight shot pattern out there at longer distance to shoot turkeys. I don't have any turkeys in the area that I hunt in though, so I put a red dot on this one, moved this over to an IC choke so that I can run slugs through it. Couple of things to note on this one. It does have a rail, and the rail's attached to the barrel. The rail's plastic. Oh, sin. What a sin. Yeah, this rail's plastic. It's not even Picatinny. It looks like it's Picatinny, but it's not. It won't fit my my Picatinny standard stuff, but it will fit this this Vortex Spark on here just fine. With slugs, a lot of recoil, a lot of torque on it, just shooting this thing. And again, you're going to want a slip-on pad because it's still just this plastic here, and it is such a light gun. It is going to beat the heck out of you shooting the heavy stuff. So why don't we take these to the range and shoot them a little bit. Man, it still hurts. I don't even want to shoot the low recoil ones standing. Man.
Yes, very much pain.
Let me see if I can hit that big log over there. Hit high. Get to the left.
Did you get it?
Nope. High. Hit. Pretty easy to shoot, eh?
Yeah, I like it.
Down like that's looser.
Easier to pull down?
Let's find out. Definitely more recoil from this one.
How much more?
Well, the other one is like a 22. This one's like got some recoil to it.
Like as much as a M1 Grand or?
No. Not even close.
Oh, so like not that bad. So like little more than
You wanna try
the. Yeah, sure. That one's a lot.
Quite a bit.
Well, I'm gonna back up. Not as loud.
Okay. So why'd I buy these things? They were cheap. I'm a sucker for a deal. That's the honest truth. Beyond that, I wanted a slug gun that would complement my muzzle loader. I'm going to be hunting this year in an area where it has to be bow and arrow, muzzle loader, or slug gun. I've done some bow and arrow hunting in the past. I wanted just to be able to get a little bit more range. So slug gun with some 1 ounce slug, 1 ounce slugs, I thought would do the trick, and or my muzzle loader, which is back there somewhere, which is probably what I'd rather use. But this is more convenient, definitely. You know, crank it open, put a slug in there, and then go shoot a deer, right? There's no extra controls really, safety, and that's it. So it's a very simple gun to set up. Now speaking of trigger control, let's see what we've got for trigger presses on these. I'm empty, safety's off. Let's go ahead and try the 12 gauge and see what we get for a trigger press with that one. Right over 7 pounds, kind of heavy on that one. How about the 20 gauge? I can confirm that it's empty. 7 pounds. And finally the 410. It's empty. 6 pounds, 9 ounces. Just under 7 pounds. They're all basically the same. They're all basically the same for trigger pull. So should you buy one of these Charles Daly 101s? I think it depends on which one. This little 410, yeah. If you've got a kid that you want to get into shooting, it's small, it's light, it folds. It's got real steel sling swivel studs on the front and back, so you could put a sling on this thing very easily, take your kid out. The only thing that's going to be hard is for them to press this barrel release lever out of the way. And as I mentioned there is a spring down there. I think it varies based on gun. I think their QC just kind of varies, and some guns will be very easy and some will not. This 20 gauge, for example, no problem. It's much lighter to pull down, so I think it might just vary. I would say this 20 gauge with this 26-inch barrel, nah, don't get anything with like a long barrel like this, because it doesn't match the rest of the gun. The rest of the gun folds down, which I think is really cool, but why get something that folds down that is so dang long? And then finally on the 12 gauge, only if you put a slip-on butt pad on this thing, because it's just rude. It's just like a lot of knock, and it's quite a light shotgun. So firing slugs out of this thing was an eye-opener, to say the least. And I don't know if I'd get this one again, or the 20 gauge really. I think my favorite by far is the 410. It's just so compact, so lightweight, And you're not going to shoot a ton with it because like 410 is kind of pricey and you're just shooting one at a time. So I don't think you're going to really wear something like this out. There's just not a lot going on with them. And I think that a 410 for your kid would be a great choice for this thing. Alternatively, the 20 gauge and run a slip-on butt pad on that for your kid as well. Those would both be good. Or it's like a quad grouse gun. Great for that kind of thing as well. I think for the price these things are selling for, like I think this one was like 130 bucks. Why not? Why not? Anyways, thanks for watching.